I'm Damian Sserunkuma, and I'll be taking you through web design. Particularly this particular tutorial, we are going to learn how to use Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver is one of the softwares that can be used to create websites, and any kind of website can be created, or any web application or any web-based application can be created using Dreamweaver. So we're basically going to run a brief navigation or walk through how the software works and how it looks. So when you start Dreamweaver, you should be able to click at the start button at the bottom left corner of your screen, scroll through, and you'll be able to see a list of all applications from Adobe as a company. So I'm going to be using Dreamweaver version 2021. However, if you are using a version of 2019 or later versions, possibly the interface might be almost the same. But for this particular course, for this particular tutorial, I'm going to be using Dreamweaver 2021, and this is how it looks like. When you open Dreamweaver for the first time, it will take you through setting of the interfaces and setting of the themes, and once you're done with that, you should be able to see this kind of welcome screen. So in the welcome screen, you'll have different projects that you have worked on previously. You'll as well have a button to create a sample page or a new page. So I'm going to be able to click at it, and once I click at that, I should be able to receive a dialog box. This dialog box is going to enable me to select which kind of document that I'm going to be working on. So you can choose to use new document, or you can choose to use templates that are already designed for you, and you only need to change them to suit your requirements. Or you can as well look at site templates. If you have already created or registered sample sites, they will always be listed there. Yours might be empty, but it's not a big deal. So just click at new document, and you'll have a sample document types that you can work with. These document types can be HTML, CSS, JavaScript, JSON, PHP, or any other. For now, I'm going to use HTML. Then you'll need to select which framework that you're going to be working with. I'm not going to be working with any framework, but otherwise I can choose to use also Bootstrap. Bootstrap, we shall discuss it later, but it's one technology that helps you to create a responsive site. However, you can as well create one if you're using none. So let's see how to create a site without using any framework. You might be in need to enter the title, which will actually appear on the top of your web page as your title. So I'm going to create mine, and I'm going to call it a sample. And the document type, I'm going to leave it as HTML5. Then if you have additional CSS that you have already downloaded or created, you can attach that file through the link. For now, I'm going to leave it open and click at create. So a page will be created, and this page will normally look like that, or it might open in a different way. It might open as a code. So it depends on which setup that you have already configured when you are installing the software. So mine is set to standard, not a developer. Okay, so on the topmost layer we have the navigation or the menu, main menu. So you just need to click at them and realize that this is going to help you in your design. However, when you look on its top right side, you have different words there. We have the standard, or yours might be in developer. So these are just views that you can use. So if I check the developer, it switches me from a design mode to a mode of just writing a code. Okay, but I can as well move through and I can check standard. The beauty about Dreamweaver is that it as well helps you to create or design a page without looking at the code that much. So you can create a page, you can create a standard site without looking at the code. However, if you want to look at the code still, you can change that to developer and you can write your code there. So it provides you with a design mode and a text editor still. And that's the beauty about Dreamweaver. On the right, we have the close, we have the minimize or maximize button. Then we have the minimize button and the restore button. Okay, so those are the few things that are normally attached in the topmost layer. Then below it we have three buttons. We have the code, we have the split, and design or live. So when you click at the code, normally it gives you a layer where you can access your text editor and you can be able to write your code there. So as long as you write your code well, that code should be able to formulate the layout of your page equally. So if you want to access the code, please feel free, click at the code and you should be able to access the entire code and how to manipulate this code to ensure that you output exactly what your clients or what your site needs to look like. Then we have the split. The split mode will enable you to view the code at the same time design. So you can choose to just design and you see the code writing itself, or you can write the code and then you see the design implemented above. Then the third button, normally it has either design or live. These are, you can toggle between the two, you can switch. So if I go to the design mode, I can be able to simply, yes, I've switched, but I've not yet clicked at it. So I need to click at it. So that it takes me direct to the design mode where I can be able to design my interface and the code will have written itself. However, if you're using Bootstrap, I would suggest that you switch from design to live. Otherwise, the Bootstrap, it might give you hard time when you are using the design mode and you're using the technology of Bootstrap for your development. So I would suggest that you stick to live so that you actually design a site and the view will be exactly the way it will be visible in a browser. On the right side, we have different panels. So I'm clicking at the extended button so that it extends this panel so that we can actually see the content. We have a number of tabs that are helpful in your design. We have the file. The file will enable you to access different file explorers, different file locations or files within a particular location. or where you have saved your file. So that way you can access those files. You can switch and access different sites, or you could as well access where the locations from which location you want to pick your file. Then you can as well connect on a server or testing server. So we shall see how to configure that. Then we can as well look at the insert mode. When you click at the insert tab, it's going to help you to display all the content, all the controls that you might need when you're designing your interface. So whatever that you need to be added to your page is actually attached in the insert. So click at insert if you are in need to design the interface or to design the layout of your site. Take note that this insert, all these controls can change according to the option that you have selected up there. So I can switch from Bootstrap and I select HTML. So HTML controls are the controls that enable us to see content that is possibly designed and it is picked directly from the server. That is for the interface design, just an interface design, okay, just to display. So whenever you want to display content on your website, I would suggest that all that you need to ensure that you display content is found under the option of HTML. However, if you want to design an interface that picks data from an end user into the server or into the database, switch from HTML to form. And whatever that you need to design a form, whatever that you need to pick controls, all the controls that you need will be in that list. Okay, just need to scroll and find the proper control that you need to ensure that it picks data from an end user to the server side. Then we can as well switch from form to Bootstrap, and it will give you controls that will enable you to create a responsive site, a site that can adjust its size and its layout according to the size of the display that you want to use at a time. Okay, so go on and play around with this. You'll realize that it gives you a variety of different controls that you can utilize in your site effectively. Then we have another tab that helps you to design your cascading style sheets or the CSS files. So if you have already designed a CSS file and you want to get it attached to your site, you only need to click at CSS Designer and you attach the source. Or you can as well create a new CSS source, or you create selectors so that the CSS is attached directly to the designed page at a time. Then on the left side, we have controls that can help you to do the commentaries, to view the live options and all that. So this we shall as well look at. Then we need also a different panel, a different window. So as long as you want to access different other windows and they're not visible, just click at window and you will be able to access other windows that are not possibly visible on your window or on your main application. So from this list, I'm interested in the properties window. Click at it. So this time around, this might show up and it is hanging in space. So I just want it to be attached at the bottom of my display of my application. So it's a dockable window. Just grab the word properties, click and hold left mouse button and drag the window down until the blue line appears there, and you drop. So you have attached a properties window so that whatever that we click at in the design view, actually you can control its behavior in the properties window. And we are ready to get our first page done with the setup. I hope that you find this useful, and please consider subscription to my channel. Click the notification button and click the like page. Share it with people whom you think can as well need this information.